and you're welcome to Food Rebels. I'm AJ Sharp. This is the podcast that aims to bring you brands, stories, live on-air tastings. And as you know, it's the show dedicated to the more rebellious side of the food world, where we celebrate people who've challenged status quo. You know me, I'm AJ Sharp, taste expert, food writer, great taste judge, business owner, all that kind of stuff. We've got a really exciting guest on today, talking about a drinks brand that is really shaking up the industry. It's completely made out of an ingredient you just wouldn't think about. Not only are they signed up for 1% for the Planet, a global network working together to support people and the planet and committing to donate at least 1% of annual sales to environmental organisations, but you're not going to believe what this is made from. So welcome. This is Guillaume Poncet from Juno Bamboo Water.
Hi, AG. Thanks a lot for the invitation.
So, like bamboo, I've just pulled a load out of my garden. It's gone everywhere.
Yeah.
Is it the same bamboo that I've been digging up in little trenches across the lawn?
That's a great question. So it's probably not, because you have like 1,500 different species of bamboo. Only a few are suitable, for consumptions. So we worked hand in hand with experts to find the right one. And we decided to put this into a drink.
This is amazing. So I'm still imagining really long, tall, like dead straight sticks that you use to hold your tomato plants up with. Is it the same thing? Is it thicker, thinner?
Yeah, it's literally the bamboo that you've seen. They all look slightly different, but it's really all the same type of bamboo. So it's the long green bamboo that you know.
And you put it through what, like a grape press, an apple press? I'm imagining somebody literally like turning a lathe as everything's being fed in. How does it work?
So there is a bit of process behind. It's not an ingredient that you would find readily to put into a product. So I've spent essentially most of last year working with specialists here in the UK to develop an extract that could be put into a drink. Because again, there is no really suppliers that can provide you with the raw material, the finished raw material.
Okay, cool. So you squeeze it and juice comes out of it, like a liquid extract, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. And why bamboo? I didn't know you could eat it.
Yeah, so bamboo. So maybe I can tell a bit about the origin of the product and how I got into this. So essentially, I'm from Switzerland. I moved out from Switzerland to start my career in finance, working in Asia. So I was based in Asia for 5 years. So I missed the clean air, the good environment. Asia
of Switzerland.
Yeah. Asia was very intense. It was quite polluted in some part. Mm-hmm. So I missed my connection to nature. I missed clean air.
Asia, I want to just be specific here.
Yeah.
It's a big place.
It's
Whereabouts were you in Asia?
So I was based in Hong Kong, but I traveled quite a lot across the region. So in Japan, Korea, Taiwan.
What took you there then?
So it was the first job opportunity, really.
Okay.
So I moved there. It was supposed to be 6 months.
Something financial, I'm guessing.
Correct. Yeah. As a Swiss, we tend to start career in finance. So starting in finance, starting in Asia. Again, challenging environment. And I discovered while being based in Asia that they use traditional medicine and herbal remedies to purify the body, heal the body, calm the mind, and more as a preventive cure rather than curing a disease. They look at preventing them, and you find across Asia a lot of traditional medicine shop, which I thought was really interesting. So during my free time after work, after a long day at work, I would just go there. And you have to imagine this shop. They're really cool. It's full of, dry herbs.
Is it like an apothecary?
Yeah, correct.
How you'd imagine from Harry Potter or something?
A bit. And I used to go there. And then I noticed that they use bamboo quite commonly, and they've been using it in traditional medicine for centuries. So we know that it's an ethical ingredient, a super sustainable ingredient.
What does it do?
So it's packed with natural antioxidant, It's packed with mineral that helps to purify the body and boost immunity. So when I discovered this, I started, getting very interested into this ingredient.
Sure.
And
I mean, do you mean like hangover? I'm trying to think of the moments I need to be purified. It's probably the day after.
well, it can for sure. This, but also, Hong Kong, where I was based, is very, it's quite intense, can be polluted. So just for a clean detox, to purify the body, to have a clean hydration. So that's what, brought my interest to this ingredient. And I started, experimenting from my kitchen, doing some sort of bamboo infusion, and really liked the idea.
Amazing. So bamboo infusion. So you're buying this extract then of bamboo. So maybe it's ground rather than pressed, something like that. And then you're mixing it with water and sugar and other different ingredients. Yeah,
that's how I started, literally from my kitchen in Hong Kong again, just to get a clean detox, to purify the body, starting to mix with different flavor, with a bit of sparkling water, just on my own. And then some friend, started to get interested in the product, asking me to help them doing some, getting some. So that's how it started. And then I quit my job in finance because it was not really for me. Mm-hmm. I moved here to London. I did an MBA, and during the MBA, I launched the first prototype of Juno Bamboo Water, which was in a glass bottle. Mm-hmm. So very different from the product that we have here today.
Yeah, they're in cans now, aren't they?
They're in cans. It was only one flavor, and so now we have 2 flavors and about to launch a third one. So that's how it started.
Cool. So when you're doing these MBAs, where did you study that?
So it was at London Business School.
Yeah. And they quite like you to set up a business, don't they, during the process, so you can learn from it. And I think some of them work really well, don't they? And some of them not so much, but really interesting. What was it about the Juno Bamboo Water? Why were you like, it's got to be bamboo and not, a clothing box?
So again, there was 2 dimensions of the ingredient that I really liked. The first one was the health aspect, with all the good minerals, all the nutrients that it can bring you. And the second one is the ethical aspect of the bamboo. Bamboo, it grows up to 1 meter per day.
Oh my God, don't I know about it? Yeah, my lawn is ruined.
Yeah, probably from your neighbor's one as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It grows everywhere. It's widely available. So it's a really cool ingredient to work with. And then the timing was right, because consumers are, more and more looking for healthy drink. They're shifting away from traditional sodas in favor of healthy alternative. So the timing was great as well.
Yeah, amazing. So it says, I'm picking up the brand. Juno. My dog's called Juno. Why Juno?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it comes from a Japanese character that's pronounced Jun. That means pure, clean, and simple when talking about a liquid. So this it's a sort of a nod to my time in Asia, traveling and visiting these traditional and herbal medicine shop across different countries, including Japan.
Because Juno is also goddess of childbirth and women.
Yeah, correct.
Hence my Labrador puppy that's a disaster.
A great name.
A great name. 6 months, she's a disaster. Lightly sparkling bamboo water with a splash of juicy mango. So where do you source the mango? How did these 2 pieces come together? Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the flavor that we have, so we have mango and we have yuzu. The next, we have a third flavor that we're developing. So I think the idea is to have a flavor that is in line with the brand, in line with the story, meaning, something a bit more exotic, not your traditional flavor that you would find here in UK or in Europe, and something that mixes well with bamboo. Bamboo has a sort of light green tea, a bit woody sort of taste. It's quite
woody, isn't it? It's quite woody.
Yeah.
And it's quite like damp woods, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really fascinating.
So I decided to find, flavors that mixes well with this.
I love it. I love yuzu. I'm seeing people using that in
Yeah.
products more and more now.
Yeah, it's a very it's becoming a very known ingredient, very popular, especially in like premium cuisine and things like this.
But it grows. Where does it grow?
So it grows a lot in Asia, obviously, quite a lot in Japan. They've been using it in cuisine, but also in spa. Surprisingly, they do bath filled with yuzu fruit. So literally the yuzu fruit in bath, because yuzu is also an ingredient very rich in antioxidant.
Is it? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yuzu's funny, isn't it? Because it's got that slightly orangey, citrusy,
Correct,
limey.
It's a mix. Yeah, it's a mix between lemon and a tangerine in terms of taste.
And the mango one I'm enjoying as well, and it's got quite a good fresh mango flavour, and it actually there's a nice sweetness there.
Correct.
Considering I'm looking at it and it says low sugar, low calories, it does have a nice level of sweetness, not too much. It's refreshing. There is a slightly interesting flavour on the finish, and that's got to be the bamboo, hasn't
Correct.
it? It's quite woody. I'm tasting it in my nose.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's kind of subtle. It's not too strong. The bamboo itself is more for functional benefits. So yeah, it's more of an aftertaste, really. And then we have these two flavors. Yeah.
It's unusual, though.
Yeah, it is.
How's it been received?
It's been received very well since being in a can. I think people love the new design as well. They love the fact that there is 2 flavors, that there is a third one coming soon.
Oh, what's the third one going to be?
Oh, I can't disclose it.
Can't tell us.
No, not yet. But it's going to be in spring next year. We're gonna organize a sort of launch event. And also because buyers are asking us more and more that, they want to have more different flavors. And I think the idea of having different flavors is to really, attract different consumers that are keen on specific taste. So the yuzu is a bit more citrusy. It's a bit more refreshing. It's very refreshing, especially in summer days. Whereas the mango is more, as you said, more sweet, maybe a bit less niche product. So yeah, the idea is to have a combination of different flavor to attract different consumers.
Sounds interesting. Do you know what it is? It's umami, isn't it? That finish.
Yeah.
There's something very umami about it.
Correct.
That's slightly at odds with the mango sweetness. Yeah. Not in a bad way, just in an interesting, different, I've not quite tasted something like that before way.
Yeah, that's correct. I think umami is a great description of the taste. It's sort of, in my mind, it reminds me a bit of green tea. It has some notes reminiscent of green tea, but umami is probably the closest description.
But good green tea.
Good green tea.
As I learned when we had lovely good and proper tea on.
Yeah.
And I was going, I don't like green tea. I really don't want to taste this. And obviously she gave us actually good green tea. And suddenly you're going, well, this is the most beautiful, delicate thing on the planet, rather than dusty old bitter shavings that we're so used to in the UK. Yeah.
So tea is also a very interesting product. And they have all, different type of grades of teas. This would be closer to hopefully a premium tea.
A premium one, yeah. I can see that. Something about collagen I read on your website. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so in the drink and in the extract, we have different nutrients, vitamins. One would be vitamin C, but there is also a lot of vitamin E, B6, and K in the bamboo extract. And all these...
sounds like a face cream.
Yeah, sounds like a face cream in a drink.
Yeah, perfect.
So all these vitamins and minerals are essentially known to support natural immunity and support natural collagen production. Again, it has, in traditional medicine, it has a broad range of application, but we decided to promote these two.
Oh, it sounds really exciting. How did you come up with the kind of colour scheme on the thing? 'Cause there's a sort of gradiated yellow through to green. I suppose is this the colour of bamboo as it's growing?
So it's more like the orange is in line with the mango, the yellow is in line with the yuzu, and then you have this gradient which is commonly used with healthy product, cosmetic as well. You've seen it in a lot of different health product packaging, and then so essentially the leading color is the one from the flavor, and then the gradients turn into green, which goes into the bamboo.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, I'm just reading the back. You've got this little kind of box of information. Hydrate body and mind. Bamboo extract has been used for centuries as a herbal remedy to heal the body and calm the mind. How does it calm the mind?
Well,
I need a bit of mind calming.
Yeah, so this is more like the holistic, benefits. I think there is a lot of, there is some nutrients that helps with brain functions, but we don't really promote these. And then there is this aspect of, again, holistic benefits of having a natural product, having a product with, very with no nasties, low sugar, low calorie. To have sort of ease of mind when you consume a product. You don't have to read through a long list of ingredients, among which half of them you don't understand the name. So we wanted to have a clean ingredient list in line with the recipe, and maybe this is where the calm the mind aspect is coming from.
Yeah, I like that. And it's only, 8 calories per 100?
Yeah.
What is it, 250, so 20 calories a can?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And actually, I know there's a lot of brands out there that have absolutely 0 calories, but I'm not keen on the taste, if I'm honest.
Correct.
Whereas I'd rather drink something like this that's got 20 calories that actually tastes nice. And still 20 calories is arbitrary in the grand scheme of your diet, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with this. And I think, we, as in the drink brands, we operate on a sort of a spectrum, so on one side of the spectrum, you have the super sweet, super almost too tasty drinks like the big brands, almost like sickening taste. And on the other side, you have the 0 calorie, 0 sugar, 0 anything. I believe that we are closer to the the 0, low calorie, etc. But we believe there is a bit of margin to play with.
Yeah.
Just to not compromise on taste, essentially. There is a tiny bit of sugar. I don't believe that sugar itself is bad.
Agree.
I think that it's excessive consumption of sugar which is bad.
And I'd rather have a little bit of good honest sugar and where you are than some kind of chemical.
Correct.
Which I don't know what that does to me.
Yeah.
And you read all these horrible stories about it. I would rather the purity of going, cool.
Correct.
I know that if I drink too much of this is probably not good for me, but a little bit, I know where I am.
Yeah, correct. And it's all natural sugar.
Run up a flight of stairs and we're done.
Yeah, correct. And it's all natural sugar, all natural ingredients. Again, it's in line with the brand name.
How have you found the messaging side? With my other hat on, I run a PR agency called Sharp Relations, and we often find when somebody's come up with a really cool new concept that's completely different, and I don't mean, if there's a gin and someone's brought out a new flavour of gin, you're like, cool, well, I mean, that's easy to promote. Nobody needs it explained. You just say this is new and it's different in this way. When you've got something like this, which is a completely new concept, like I've had a ton of questions because I'm thinking, I genuinely don't know that you could eat bamboo.
Yep.
We make furniture from bamboo. We grow our plants up against bamboo. Now you can eat it. This is cool. So how are you going about kind of that education piece for customers so that they're understanding what it is before you've even started the awareness?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think there is one really cool thing in the UK in particular is that consumers are really keen on trying new product. That's why you've seen, CBD brand exploding, ashwagandha as well. People are keen on exploring things. So that's set.
We're a nation of early adopters, aren't we?
Yeah, early adopters, which is great. And people are, keen to improve their lifestyle, keen to have a better health. they're really keen on exploring different healthy products. So it's setting an easier ground for consumer education. The second point is that bamboo, in people's mind, it's a known product. Everyone knows how bamboo looks like. So again, we're not putting some sort of weird mushroom from the Himalayan mountains. It's bamboo. It's green. Everyone's seen it before. And maybe the third point is that in the UK, again, people are very, familiar with the notion of plant infusion. And that's what we're doing here is not too different. We take part of a plant, we infused, we extract all the good minerals out of it. So I think, it's been very well received. People come up with questions; they're very intrigued. But if anything, that's what attract them to the product, is to taste something different. There is not like thousands of brands doing bamboo water. We're literally the first one doing this, and I think that they really like the concept.
Yeah. And are you finding that you're finding your customers through social media mostly?
So before it was social media. Now since rebranding, we have attended one trade show, which has been very successful on our side. It brought us a lot of quite interesting leads with big buyers in the UK, but also outside of the UK. So we have a sort of nice pipeline for 2024, which we're working on currently.
So where can we buy it at the moment?
So currently it's mostly independent retailers in London, on Amazon, and on our website, which is bamboo-water.com.
And actually, I'm just going to skip ahead to something that you have told my colleague and wrote on a note, that you've donated is it a discount code for
That's
our
correct.
Listeners?
That's correct.
That's
code
amazing.
is Rebels20, and it gives 20% off. And
Capital letters or small letters?
Capital letters.
Capital letters,
With an S,
Rebels20.
yes.
And that's 20% off on your website.
That's correct.
What was your website?
bamboo-water.com.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds really cool. We will stick that, of course, in all of our social media stuff if you want to look for it. So when you're talking about the big buyers, you're talking about things like Tesco or Sainsbury's or Ocado, or is that who you're looking to sell through?
Not directly targeting the supermarkets. We have a very defined strategy targeting the food service. Anything with...
So buying it for your lunch with your sandwich.
Correct.
In your meal deal.
Correct.
Got it.
Everything, places linked to outdoors, premium, healthy. So we're in touch with, the sort of the likes of Ocado, but also, tourism, leisure. There is a lot of...
But a national trust action.
Yeah,
I could see that going down well with them.
Correct. So we're in touch with a few different large players who are really interested in bringing some novelty to what they offer, because, again, it's in line with what consumers are looking for. So they really need and want to answer to customer demand as much as possible.
That's amazing. And I guess 1% of the planet. Can you tell me more about that, please?
Yeah, so that's something I had very much at heart when starting this brand, is to start a brand that is as ethical and as sustainable as possible. So there are, I think, three...
Is it like B Corp? Is it something like that, like an accreditation that you sign up to?
It's slightly different. B Corp is more like, it's more in terms of the processes.
Yeah, you have to jump through a lot of hoops, don't you?
Correct. And it can be quite expensive for startup to join the B Corp accreditation. We have this in plan for the medium term. The 1% for the planet, though, it's been it's an organization founded by the founder of Patagonia, the clothes brand.
Oh, yeah.
And essentially it's a group of, small, mid and big corporation looking at donating 1% of sales to fund global environmental project. So that's one way for us to sort of, bring a product not only with ethical ingredient, but with another dimension of ethical, sustainable. There is plenty of room to improve on this side. And that's something that I will be looking at.
Yeah, that's amazing. I can see a whole range of like merchandise made from bamboo, because you can get like bamboo clothing, can't you? Bamboo cups and all sorts of stuff.
So you have plenty of bamboo-based product out there. Again, because so these products are more driven by the ethical side of things. So you can find textile made of bamboo, you can find furniture. Again, bamboo is a great ingredient to work with. It's regrowing from its own roots once you harvest it, up to 1 meter per day. And actually, you need to harvest bamboo because otherwise it takes over the rest of the ecosystem.
Oh yeah, it goes like underneath the ground, about 2 inches under.
And then it's too late. Once you see it growing, it's too late. It's gone everywhere. So you have to harvest bamboo so that the rest of the ecosystem can thrive.
Yeah, I can see that. That's amazing, though. I mean, completely self-regenerating the entire time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is absolutely brilliant. My last question was really, so if you're Swiss and you lived in Asia for a long time, why the UK?
So at first, I moved here for the MBA because great school, great education. And then I set up my startup here just because the UK is a great place to set up a startup. You can.
Is it better than Switzerland?
Far better.
Really?
Far better.
Interesting.
You have a massive ecosystem of investors, of other entrepreneurs. You can open a company for literally £1 overnight, and this is it. You're all set up to go. And that's it. You have your company open, and then you just need to find your product or your service.
Yeah, amazing. I hadn't appreciated that. I always think about how everyone else has probably got it easier.
No, trust me, it's way easier, at least compared to Switzerland.
That's amazing. Cool. Well, I'm really sorry, but that's all we've got time for today. It's been so amazing talking to you today, Guillaume. Thank you so much for coming in. And just remind us again, what was the discount code?
So it will be Rebels20, and that will be on bamboo-water.com. And it's 20% off, free delivery. Amazing.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been great to meet you. You've been listening to Food Rebels, which is available on radio stations around the UK. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and Audible. Please remember to subscribe and to rate us 5 stars, hopefully, as it makes a huge difference to our podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure you taste the rebellion.